The 2026 Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600 is not just an SUV. It is a direct assault on the ultra-luxury throne traditionally held by the likes of Rolls-Royce and Bentley, and frankly, it is winning the war on pure engineering. While your neighbors are struggling to justify a standard luxury hauler, this machine is essentially a private jet for the road, wrapped in a silhouette that commands absolute silence on the pavement. But here is the kicker that nobody in the industry seems to be talking about. Beneath all that Napa leather and the intoxicating scent of bespoke refinement, there is a hidden, glaring flaw that could turn your six-figure dream car into a logistical nightmare if you do not know how to handle it properly. This is not just about the twin-turbo V8 or the active suspension that literally scans the road to iron out every single imperfection. It is about the reality of living with a vehicle that prioritizes opulence over everything else. We are going to dive deep into exactly what makes this SUV the ultimate status symbol. But you absolutely must stick around until the very end because I am going to reveal the one specific, overlooked maintenance reality that forces most Maybach owners to park this masterpiece in the garage way more often than they actually drive it. When you slide into the back of this beast, the world outside simply ceases to exist. We are talking about an interior that makes a first-class airline cabin look like a budget waiting room. The rear executive lounge seats offer a level of massage and recline that honestly feels illegal for a vehicle moving at highway speeds. And if you are enjoying the sheer tranquility of the cabin, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because we are the only ones stripping away the marketing fluff to show you exactly how these high-end machines perform in the real world. It is easy to get distracted by the champagne flute holders and the built-in refrigerator, but the real engineering magic is happening underneath the chassis. The e-active body control is the crown jewel here. It does not just react to bumps, it predicts them, adjusting each wheel in milliseconds. It literally leans the car into corners like a motorcycle to keep your head perfectly level. It is physics-defying comfort. But let's talk power, because while this isn't a track car, the 4.0-liter bi-turbo V8 paired with a 48-volt mild hybrid system is absolute overkill in the best way possible. With 550 horsepower on tap, it pulls this massive, multi-ton monument to luxury to 60 miles per hour in just over 4 seconds. It is effortless, whisper-quiet velocity. The presence of the Night Series package for 2026 only adds to the aesthetic menace, replacing the traditional chrome with dark, brooding accents that make this look like something a billionaire villain would drive to a board meeting. It is assertive, it is bold, and it is unapologetically expensive. Yet, there is a price to pay for all this perfection. You aren't just paying for the Maybach badge. You are paying for an experience that, quite frankly, is difficult to replicate with any other SUV on the planet. The build quality is meticulous. The materials are sourced from the absolute top shelf of the industry. And the technology suite is arguably the most advanced integration of MBUX that Mercedes has ever produced. However, that brings us to the elephant in the room. You see, the more you pack into a vehicle, the more sensors, the more active suspension components, the more electronic climate zones, the more you have to account for the long-term reliability of these ultra-complex systems. It is not just about the fuel economy, which is admittedly abysmal, but it is about the sheer complexity of the vehicle's nervous system. Now, for that massive reveal I promised at the start, most reviews will tell you all about the speed, the seats, and the prestige. But what they conveniently leave out is the specific, high-maintenance requirement of the specialized suspension air struts. In this specific Maybach, these aren't your standard air ride components. They are highly tuned, active units that require specialized calibration that most standard dealerships aren't even equipped to handle. If you live in a city with extreme temperature fluctuations, the seal integrity on these advanced units can face accelerated wear. If you do not have a dedicated technician who understands the nuances of the 2026 e-active system, you aren't just looking at a minor repair, you are looking at a full system lockout that can render the car essentially undrivable until the software to hardware sync is recalibrated. It is the hidden cost of magic carpet engineering. The more magic you want, the more fragile the wand becomes. If you are buying this for the long haul, make sure your local dealer is a certified Maybach service center, or prepare for some very expensive flatbed rides to the nearest major hub. It is the only crack in the armor of what is otherwise the undisputed king of the luxury SUV segment.